Hello, everyone, and a particularly big welcome to a particularly big welcome to Tai and Agnieszka, who are going to present a talk. So, before you talk about yourself, have a practice by thinking about the ideas in this video. So, this video will cover information about giving a talk. And perhaps you haven't decided on amount of time. It could be 30 seconds, 1 minute, and if you really want to, 10 minutes. Oh, I don't know. I'm quite excited to hear you tell me about what's happened before we go to our next class. So the big thing is, don't be too serious about it. Think about it as though this is something that you just want to do to show that you can do it, which I know you can. So to begin with, if you structure the talk, that might help you not forget it. And remember, it's all right to give that talk with something written down. That's important. Don't think you've got to talk off the top of your head. Make sure you have an introduction. So right at the beginning, oh no, all of the class know who I am. It's a bit pointless saying, hello, my name is. So perhaps start with checking everybody is there and then saying, today my talk is about, and then give a word that describes the whole of what you're going to be talking about. And follow that on by saying, what are the things you want to tell us? This could be really easy. It might be, I want to describe my day. It could be, I want to tell you all about my family. It might even be, I had a really good day last week and I want to tell you all about it. So remember, whatever you choose, this is something that your talk is going to be about. And then some supporting points. Well, depending on how long you want to talk for, that might be 3 points or more. So you've decided how you're going to start your talk. You're going to tell your audience what you're talking about. You're going to add some key points, which might be 2 or 3 things added to what you originally said. And right at the end, you need a conclusion. Have we reached a conclusion already? Yes. All I want you to do is introduction, main points, conclusion. And in that conclusion, you're already saying, I told you I was going to give a talk, I gave a talk, and here we are at the end. But let's say it in words that's going to really interest your listener, because everyone is listening to you when you give that talk. So you might say, well, that's the description of my day. Tell me something about how it made you feel. I felt really excited to do this, or I was really sad when. And then follow that up by asking your audience if they have any questions. And if they haven't got any questions, that's also okay, because you can just say thank you. And that's really the end of your talk, isn't it? So let's have a practice by thinking about the tips. Now, my first tip is rehearse it. Yes, I know it sounds silly, but practice saying what you want to say in front of a mirror, or even in front of your children or your friend, because real people give you real advice on what they think about it, and I'm sure it will be fine. And also think about that 1 minute talk, how you're going to set it together. Are you going to add any key information? Are you going to describe? Are you going to use any pictures? Are you going to use any photographs? And that will support your talk. Remember that we talk about eye contact. Well, do you know, if you have autism, it's very difficult to maintain eye contact with somebody else. So that's not anything that I would mark you down for. But what I would advise is look towards the people you're speaking to. So you might think I'm looking at you in the eye, but I'm actually looking at the wall because I find it uncomfortable to look directly into somebody's eyes. So when we talk about eye contact, it's all about the people in front of you thinking, yes, you are interested in telling them. If you just turn around and talk like this, they're not going to be very happy, are they? Because it's just going to put everybody off. So when we talk about eye contact, you don't have to stare at the people you're talking to, but you do have to maintain that level of looking. And for English, particularly good if you manage to move your eyes around the number of people who are in the room listening and don't just fix into one place. Well, we'll see how that goes. And body language. When we talk about body language, it's really hard when you give a talk. What do you do with your hands? So the first point is don't do this. We're always tempted to do this, aren't we? Makes us feel more secure. But if you do this, the English interpretation of body language is that you're being defensive. You're not really very open to other people. So stand yourself in front of a desk that you can actually place your hands on, or have a piece of paper there, or maybe have your hands like this. But think about how you're going to stand to give that talk. It's only a minute. It might even be 30 seconds if that's what you choose your talk to be. But think about how will you stand? How will you show that you're really enthusiastic about sharing your ideas? And I know you can do it because I love how you work with other people in class, both of you. So when you think about your voice, you already have that tone that shows that you're really interested, and you pace it well enough for other people. And if you think there might be somebody who doesn't understand what you're saying, you're very lucky, aren't you, if you're Thai, because you know how to speak Chinese. And if you have Chinese people in the audience, you can throw in an extra phrase that is interpreting the English. And I'd love to hear that too, because I can't speak Chinese, but I do love to hear the language. So think about when you're going to talk and when you're going to pause. And time management is quite important, but I'm not timing it and I'm not measuring you on time. But you might want to set yourself a goal. How long can I talk for? I don't want to talk for very long. I only want to do 30 seconds. See if you can keep that time. Oh, I want to do a 1 minute talk, and see if you can keep that time. And both of you are very good at asking questions. And this is something that the audience now need to do for you. So if anybody listening to this video is giving a talk, one of the very important parts is engaging the audience, because that's about encouraging them to ask you questions. And sometimes you could just add at the end any questions, and I will try very hard to think of some. Yes? And that is the end of our quick video on how to give a short talk and structure it, and a few points on practicing. And I think the best thing about saying bye is knowing that there are people out there creating those talks, because we all love to listen to them. And I can't wait. I'm really excited to listen to the talks in my lesson in a couple of weeks' time. Bye now.